Hi everyone, welcome to Divine Secretary. I wanted to channel a specific message because this is the Divine Masculine channeling messages through songs. Now, if you're hearing particular songs and lyrics that are resonant with you, this is the Divine Masculine trying to edge into your energy. And I think it's pretty beautiful because a lot of times, especially when we're younger, wow, I split the deck and we've got the Six of Cups. Okay, let's talk about this because we've got the Six of Cups and the Magician here. So, a lot of times when we're younger, we tend to think about lyrics. And sometimes they resonate with us based on our wounds and our triggers of what we're going through or what we want to happen to us, i.e., how we want to be loved and the experience of heartbreak, etc., etc. But what I'm getting right now is any of you who have received lyrics, especially songs of your past, you're seeing them in a different version of you because you are a different version of you, but you're seeing it from a higher perspective. Now, this perspective actually gives you the validation, if you will, the confirmation that the lyrics say the version of you who wanted to speak out about this. But now that you're seeing it in a different light, you're realizing it's your person singing it to you. And what I mean by that is before you used to see a set of lyrics or a song thinking, I want to be devoted like that, or I feel as devoted to this person as this song describes, as these lyrics imply. But now you're listening to them and you're like, wait, this is from my person. And it's such a beautiful connection that you're sharing with your person right now. 10,000 Roses, I'm hearing. A Million Lifetimes. Like I think it's a Take That song. That's another song that's coming through. Open Arms by Cesar. And I feel like this one in particular with the open arms, it's I'm gonna read a little bit of the lyrics because I actually have it in front of me. But basically I've got like there are so many messages coming in. I'm so sorry if I'm a little bit stagnant and I'm not flowing. Sometimes there's so much coming in that I don't know what they want to see, what they want for me to share with you first. There's just so much. Okay. So, no running away won't work. Okay. The divine masculine sees you not as running away, as detaching. And their your level of detachment means that they are coming closer to union, if that makes sense. You might have heard this from different many different readers who say the more you detach, the closer they come to union. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's like nervous laughter. Somebody is like, you're going to have a serious conversation with your partner and it's going to be like, oh, I've got like nervous giggles. Like, what are you trying to say? What? That's basically what I'm getting. So if this resonates with you, please let me know in the comments box or just like share some emojis just so I know that this is resonating. Okay, so much information is coming through. Running away, not running away, being in separation, but also knowing that the detachment causes the pull of union via your divine masculine. And this sense of detachment, I don't think the divine counterparts have ever felt before. You are a first awakened if you're listening to this. So, whether you resonate with the divine masculine or the divine feminine energy, you are the first awakened, and your partner, your counterpart will probably be hearing some sort of similar message, if not similar music in their car or randomly on their phone. I'm also hearing like a playlist is being added, and one of these songs are going to come up and they're going to basically think of you because they are telling you, your counterpart is telling you that, you know, no matter how much you um be certain in the separation and accept where you are. I'm in your soul print, I'm in your DNA, you are a part of me. And It was such a beautiful vision that I've gotten that okay, so the vision that has come through is you have seen a person of your past. This actually relates to the card of Six of Cups. You've seen the vision of a person in your past who is friends with your person. So you know them, they know you, but they also know your person. They're friends with your person. And then all of a sudden, your person picks you up, like literally lifts you up or sweeps you off your feet. And if you are a divine masculine counterpart, you're going to resonate with you lifting your partner up, because I feel that this partner is saying, I knew you missed me too. Like I knew you missed me. It's just like this confirmation. It's like excited divine masculines are now rejoicing, joyful, excited, like rejuvenated, because they were like, oh, I thought this was all in my head. You like me too? Like it's like this holy yes moment. I just had another confirmation about that. So basically, I'm seeing that the more the divine feminine detaches, the more the first awakened detaches, the more the divine masculine is actually being called in. You're seeing signs, blueprints, songs, lyrics. And this is the song that actually I was going to share with you. Hence the reason I had to go through that first, because obviously there were a plethora of messages. You keep me open. I'm so devoted. You keep me open. I'm so devoted to you, to you. Spent your life being hopeless, choking on insecurity. I know ownership is bad, but please put a leash on me anyway. Who needs self esteem anyway? I hate myself to make you stay. Push me away. I'll be right here with open arms. You keep me open. I'm so devoted. I'm so devoted to you. Um, this is just huge. Like, I feel this is definitely a divine counterpart trying to manifest you through their dream state, because it's almost as if like both of you already been in physical contact and within this lifetime, and you're having this telepathic communication towards the both of you. What is the divine masculine want to share with the divine feminines during their current sense of awakening? What is the most prominent messages that the masculines want to share? Page of Wands, Three of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They think of this friendship. The Knight of Pentacles, slow moving energy, but the Page of Wands is focusing on creative endeavors. Why have we got the Page of Wands here? What is this in relation to? Thank you, Spirit. Nine of Cups, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, we've just been through this 8-8 type portal. I'm also seeing Four of Cups, Queen of Cups, High Priestess, Eight of Cups. All right, so the amount that the divine counterpart was feeling underappreciated of themselves, they couldn't bring in a counterpart who was willing to appreciate them for their flaws and all. Like they didn't feel as if they could have the capacity to open themselves up to this level of love. So they took another path, they took another route. Now, the Queen of Cups is opening them up through the way you've physically been in contact. This is in the past. Like you have been in physical contact, and that has led to initiation of awakening to your divine counterpart. It's basically made them go through cycles and cycles of lessons, and you keep coming back into this open space, into their open arms. Like I feel like they are the ones with open arms. It feels really weird saying this, because sometimes some of you might be thinking, well, wait a second, I thought I was the one who was open to this connection. Well, wait, your divine counterpart is also aware and awakened to this connection. They just didn't have the capacity to hold this sense of pure divine love. they didn't realize it was within them because that was what the frequency they were resonating with. When you first met, you might have resonated with a frequency of insecurity, triggers, and wounds. So they needed to clear those healing pathways. They needed to clear those pathways through healing. Thank you, Spirit, for correcting me. And they had to walk away from this connection because they didn't feel that they were deserving of the type of light, love, frequency that you held. Like it felt so painful to them. Like I can't hold on to something so pure. I'm not deserving of this. And I feel that this message comes up time and time again, especially around the masculines. But now they've come to a level of devotion. They're speaking honestly to themselves about what they truly want, what they are seeking in this lifetime. The King of Pentacles wanted to come out. The Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. The King of Pentacles for me, oh, okay. The King of Cups and the Ten of Cups are at the bottom of the deck. So I'm taking out the cards that are actually coming out. And what I'm seeing is this Page of Wands is amplifying the energy of their insecurity. So, you know how people often say, go through the tunnel, like go through the dark in order to get through to the light. Now, I feel like the energetic downloads that both of you have been receiving in separation through the darkness are giving you energetic frequency, energetic light codes, which amplify the magnitude of success in the physical realm as well as the mental and emotional space. Divine counterparts, if you're feeling quite drained emotionally, if you want to kind of put up boundaries, so you are reserving your energy, conserving your energy. You are very particular about who you speak to or who you hang around with. This is completely normal because your counterpart, the one who you're listening to this reading about, is very emotionally overwhelmed. The Lovers card now came out. Now, I always say the bottom of the deck cards, but I don't pick them out until they want to come out. And what I'm saying is they needed to find the source of their own healing. They needed to go through the emotions that they were struggling with. They needed to be honest about what they wanted, because that's the biggest hurdle. When a lot of people don't know what they want, they manifest things and then they're annoyed about what they've manifested. But the thing is, your vibrational frequency is attracting that. And a lot of people find that very difficult to digest and hold themselves accountable to. Now, what I'm seeing is the divine masculines had to really go backwards and go forwards. And, they had to realign with the faith that there is something bigger out there for them. Like it's not this material tick box exercise. There is something that is pulling their tether, pulling on the red thread. I feel it may be you, but you're not doing it on purpose, counterparts. I feel like your person is being pulled through various people. Six of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, the Three of Cups, people in their past, people, friend groups, colleagues, comrades. I'm seeing that they are upskilling the way they communicate and how to be in a relationship. That's what I see. Like they are being called to upskill themselves because they don't want to make the same mistakes with you. And they've made the same mistakes. Seven of Swords. Yeah. Ace of Cups in the inverse. Wow. They hadn't been emotionally available with you. They had been very emotionally closed off. Like some of them might have been available, but they guarded themselves so incredibly well. Like you didn't even know how to penetrate that. This is only going to be for a select amount of individuals, but this is the pain that they hadn't been able to balance in order for themselves to be open to unconditional love. The Judgment, the Empress, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot of information happening even before we get to the Nine of Cups, Eight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, because this has been happening since the 8-8 portal. That's pretty big, to be honest. That's pretty big because it's almost like we're coming towards the eclipse energy, the blood moon. And the divine masculines have been struggling with how they want to communicate how they feel because they weren't honest about how they were feeling. Now, a lot of you who are listening to this video had gone through the same difficult scenario. I don't want my person. It doesn't matter. I don't want to get married. I don't want kids. But really, truly deep down in your heart, you were just trying to push it away because it was so painful. It was so painful for you to accept that this may never happen. So you, again, it's like you've attached yourself to the frequency of I don't want, and then it delays. And I always say that delay is always a divine timing. But this is the delay that the divine masculines are now being accountable to. And the Five of Cups and the Tower at the bottom of the deck, the Five of Cups came up in the inverse. Now, I didn't used to read inverted cards, but I feel like this is so important right now because the Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups were the two cards that came up inverse. They were blocking out the unconditional love that they had always sought after and wanted. The Five of Cups was they weren't able to see the two cups that were available that were upright. They kept looking at the broken cups. Now, they've had a catalyst moment in the darkness with their ancestral downloads, with the connection with you telepathically. And they have been very quick when it comes to this type of energy. Now, we always say that the divine counterpart journey is actually really, really painful. It can be quite a struggle. It can, test your limits, obviously, but it's 10 times intense, I want to say, for the divine masculines. But they're going through it. They're actually coming through and they are going to see successes. I can feel the victory of the Five of Swords. You know, when the person on the card is actually holding up their sword and like, yeah, I've done it. I've done it. Like, you've gone through the insecurities, masculines, you've gone through the uncertainty, and your counterpart, whether you're divine masculine or feminine energy that resonates with this, it doesn't matter. Your counterpart is actually helping you in the astral to help find the truth underneath it all. So this Eight of Swords and the Nine of Cups were this conflict resolution. Like you wanted so much to be in the Ten of Cups energy that you settled with the Nine of Cups. And then you talked you thought your way out of really wanting and desiring and accepting that you deserved the Ten of Cups. And so you thought, well, if I can work on these things, if I can work on work and my career, well, then those things will satisfy me, the King of Pentacles. But you hadn't realized that you needed to open your heart space up through the King of Cups in order to receive the divine love that you'd always sought after. The Ten of Swords in the Strength card means that you had to go through this battle and become the version of you that needed to hold up this connection. You needed to be strong enough and build up this mental resilience for this connection. And look at this. We've got the Devil energy, the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. In order for you to accept what has happened, in order for you to acknowledge that this is a cycle that is no longer fit for your vibrational frequency counterparts, the devil had constantly tested and pushed you, hence the reason you, probably listening to this reading, felt very fatigued, very tired, very reserved with your energy, and you had to hold back from communicating, from leaking your energy towards your counterpart. But your counterpart had been doing the work in the meanwhile regarding all this heavy energy, and it's enabled them to understand that they weren't able to give as much as they should have. They weren't able to open up as much as they should have, as much as you probably did. Or they're also seeing that they saw you mirroring their reservations, their boundaries. They felt the emotional block from you because that's what they were doing. That's what they were enhancing. And we also have the Queen of Cups here. So unless they were able to emotionally recharge their own divine masculine and feminine energies, like you pulled away, counterpart. As the first awakened, you pulled away to not to hurt your person. It actually required a lot of strength to walk away from your person, but you understood that this was compulsory in order for you to elevate, and you had utter faith. And it's deep down within you, whatever you're thinking about your counterpart, you know that you wish them so much love and success and happiness, and you pray for them. Now, you have been given this timeline to be prayed for because you are a higher vibrational starseed light worker healer. There are no others like you in this world. And the world card just came out, the 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You felt so secluded. You never really had close friend groups that you could lean on, and you always felt like you had to manage yourself or be on your own, or like it was a struggle. Like you see others being happy, and you're like, well, why can't I have that? But your path was different. Anybody who's listening to this, we've got the Empress at the bottom of the deck and the Knight of Cups. Your path was so different. You aren't supposed to be doing what everybody else is doing. You're not supposed to be in this regular Joe job. You're not supposed to be doing what your parents are doing. Like 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Moon card. Right. So your declaration on yourself has given you the ability to be an outlier. You always were an outlier and you thought that was a bad thing. The Fool card wanted to come out too. This was a beginning for you to understand that there was nothing wrong with you, that you weren't on a different timeline. And this 2 of Cups saying that you needed to honor the love and the protection around you that needed for you to share your healing abilities. Now, it could be speaking with others, it could be in therapy, it could be in so many different healing modalities, but I'm definitely seeing that this had been quite a slow process for you to understand how powerful you were and what a gift you are on this earth. Like, I feel like a lot of you have wanted to become somebody meaningful. Like, you want to do something meaningful on this earth in this lifetime. That's why you struggled with other things. That's why you struggled and you closed yourself off. 3 of Swords. You felt that this was a punishment. You felt that this was a punishment for not being with somebody, not having the stability, always struggling in relationships. But you know your people, the people who have stood by you, select individuals that they may not always be around you, but you actually are coming to understand that you are protected by so many people. You are prayed for, you are admired, you are affecting people that you have never even met yet. That's the type of energy I'm getting. The Hierophant, the Empress is still at the bottom of the deck. I say still, I've been shuffling this whole time. It has not been at the bottom of the deck. So it's definitely something that you have been overthinking. You need to let the burden of who you think you should be down. You need to let yourself be compassionate to yourself and acknowledge that this quiet period is important. Go into meditation, go into silence, go into peace, go into inner reflection, find things that cultivate your joy, and you are going to see so much shifts happening in the near future. Can we just get one card for all of the counterparts who are listening right here, right now? Whether you're seeing this now or in a future timeline, the Lovers card at the bottom of the deck, but I'm not going to take it out because I said the bottom of the deck cards don't count. So what is happening for the future for my beautiful listeners right now? King of Cups wanted to come out. Wow. This is like heron type energy. If you're seeing herons, if you're seeing large birds, Strength card and the Empress. What did I say? The Empress kept threatening to come out because it was always at the bottom of the deck. But basically, I'm seeing that You have gone through a lot of change. You are not the same person as you were a few years ago, but you're so much more compassionate to yourself than you were. You're so much more loving to your inner self, your higher self, your child self. And this King of Cups is giving you the ability, the strength to really pull on the abilities, the gifts, and the blessings that you have worked for, and you're accepting that you are deserving of this, regardless of what is happening in the external. You have this inner faith that your person is your person. And no matter what happens, there's no expectations around this anymore. But you are holding yourself in higher regard as the Empress energy. So keep holding yourself in higher regard. No matter if you don't see any physical resolution or validation right now, it is coming because, as I said just previously, 5 minutes ago, you are doing so many good things. And even if it's a quiet period now, it just means you're laying the groundwork for bigger things to be accepted with open arms. And I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye for now.